Do I need more? You already know the answer is yes. Hello berries, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing a very bold and blue look. You guys know I love color. You guys know I love a highlight. You guys know, and I don't know how many times I'm going to say this on my channel, I want to be seen from 5 blocks away. So today that's gonna be the goal. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm actually just gonna put on a headband just to kind of protect my hair from all the product that I'm gonna be using. So I'm just gonna go on and do that. Come through, Auntie Funke. So the first thing is we're gonna color correct. After we have that blended, we're actually gonna go in now and set this color corrector, because we want to make sure that when we go in with the foundation, we don't mix the two colors together. So I'm actually just gonna go in with some translucent setting powder. When I'm doing makeup, I make sure to turn my face to different angles. Now we move on to the eyes. A lot of people actually like to start with their brows first, but I'm actually doing something different today. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm just gonna take a few drops of concealer and just a little, just a very light concealer for that matter, and just get my eyes ready for the amount of pulverization that is about to happen. So after applying the concealer, I'm actually just gonna go in with a sponge, and when I do my makeup, I actually use around 2 to 3 different sponges. That's because with all the different products and different steps, I don't like mixing. Like for example, I wouldn't use the same sponge for my orange corrector that I used for my foundation. And I'm not saying you'll have to do this. If you only have one sponge, please go ahead. So you want to poke your eye out. No, I'm kidding. Okay, make sure it's blended. Like I said, look both ways. So I like a lot of color. I like burgundies and purples, and very rarely do you see me do very nude browns or something. So after blending out the eyelids, I'm actually gonna go in with some tape, and you can basically use any tape for this, but what I'm doing is I'm basically creating the shape that I want, or where I want my eyeliner and basically my eyeshadow and everything to go. Now that the tape is set in, I'm gonna be going in with the eyeshadows now, and I'm gonna be going in with a clean brush. This is a MAC 217 brush. I'm gonna be actually switching between brushes. I'm just gonna be stapling it in first, not really blending immediately, just kind of getting a feel for it. And then once I do, I'm gonna be just packing that on. When I do my makeup, I actually like to do both eyes at the same time, so I just go back and forth. I mean, I want this to be bold, but at the same time I want it to be blended. And don't be afraid, I know it looks like now, but it is going to get better. And I'm gonna be going just right here, lightly at the top. So I like my eyelids to actually look a lot bigger than they are, to create a lot of space. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm doing my brows last, is because at the end of applying concealer and foundation, I'm actually gonna raise my brows a bit higher, which is going to create more space between my eyelids and my brow. I am very inspired by drag makeup, so usually a lot of people are like, ooh, where are you trying to go with this makeup? I'm like, outside, duh. So you really want to take your time with this, especially if you're working with a lot of color, a lot of different color like I'm planning on doing today. You want it to be bold, but you want it to be blended. Do you see that thin line? So after we're done with building the base, we're gonna go in now and cut the crease. I know not a lot of girls are a fan of this because it's, oh, too much of a heavy step. I mean, this is my video. We're gonna cut the crease, so go get your concealer. So we're gonna go in with the concealer that we actually used earlier on to prime the lids. And what I usually do is I take a very flat brush and I just like dab straight from and work my way slowly as I cut my crease. But if you don't want to do that, you can always just go in and put a little of the concealer on your hands. And you don't really need a lot, but I do. I usually do. I always do, because what? More is more. Thank you. And using a flat brush kind of helps to guide where you want the cut crease to go. I actually like doing a cut crease because I feel like it does help like glitter shadows and shimmers stick more. So I'm actually just gonna first of all define the cut that I want. So I think that's good, or you can always bring it higher like I'm about to do. So after cutting the crease, I'm actually going to be going in with the Morphe Artistry palette, the 35B Color Burst palette. Now, like I said, you don't want to rush this. So just take your time with it. Or what you can do, if you know you're running late, you have an event, is you can just use the brush to define the outline, like just over here. And then you can just go in with your ring finger, the little product, and then just go in, like just go berserk with it. Okay, so now that that's done, the next thing I'm gonna be doing is actually applying my liner. So I'm gonna go in with some gel liner, and then I'm just gonna place that where I want the eyes to be. And so I want that to be maybe here. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm just gonna bring it out. So after applying the eyeliner, I'm actually gonna go in with the James Charles Mini palette again, and I'm gonna get the shade Spooky and use that to set this. You wanna make sure you do it as soon as possible and carefully. So now that I've set the black eyeliner, I'm actually now gonna be bringing the black all the way up to the burgundy, just very carefully. You can go ahead and remove the tape. Be careful, you want to pull your skin out. So after removing the tape, we're gonna go on and clean any excess powder that fell off. So I use a lot of glitters and shimmers, so this step is actually very important to me, and this is why I usually do my eyes first before my face, because of all these loose pigments that can fall down. So I'm actually gonna hold on to these wipes. And next, I'm gonna be going in with a white eyeliner. I'm using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. And I'm just gonna go in my waterline and just make sure everything is as clean as I want to be. So I have very watery eyes, especially when I'm applying product in my under eye. So I take very good care of when I'm applying eyeliners or powders under my eye. I really don't like to do it much, but for this look, I actually want to. So I'm actually not gonna go in further with the pencil because I can already feel my eyes like about to tear up. So I'm actually gonna be going in with my foundation, and I'm just gonna be placing it here on my hand. You want to make sure to get those ears because yes, it is part of your face as well, and you want to make sure your neck also reflects the fantasy. So after foundation, I'm going to be going in with my concealer. So I actually have 2 shades of concealers here, but I'm not going to be mixing just yet. I have one concealer, which is this one that I'm going to be applying under my eyes, above my lip, on my chin, and right in the center of my nose. And I'm going to be using this lighter shade here as a highlight over that first application of concealer. So I'm just going to be taking this, so I'm just gonna go in and blend. So now that I'm done blending in that first layer of concealer, I'm gonna be going in with the lighter shade, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna be just using a bit of that. Who needs plastic surgery when you have concealer? And now we want to blend, blend, blend. So we're just gonna use this lightly. You can use your ring finger for this. So now that we've concealed, I'm actually gonna be going in with contouring. So for the contour, I'm gonna be going in from right here. So now I'm gonna just go in and carve my nose. So I'm just gonna go in with some setting powder, and I'm just gonna apply this, press it into where we applied the concealer. So that's for the areas that I applied concealer, but for the rest of the face, I'm actually just gonna go in with a mineralized powder, the MAC one. And then I'm gonna use this fluffy brush to just dust this off. Okay, so after that, I'm gonna be going in with my favorite contour. So after I've applied the powder contour, I'm actually gonna go in with another shade of contour that's way darker than the initial tone that I put, but I'm only gonna be putting that just on these edges right here, just to create like a deeper transition of color on my face. So for the blush, I'm actually going to be mixing like an orange with a red, and obviously take a little first. I don't want to go too crazy with the blush. I'm kidding, yes I do. So we're just going to keep, I mean, we're going to build it up first. We're not just going to go in like, you know. We're going to be going into bake now. So while my face is setting, I'm gonna go in to do brows now. So you can always put some drama in the under eye and go in with your kidding first, and then you can see how that goes, and then you can blend that out with no beans. But I'm very concerned about my under eye right now, so let's hope for the best. So I know a lot of people like to leave some space between the under eye and where they apply their baking powder. I actually don't do that because I don't really do a lot of looks where I apply shadows under the eye. But if you do want more drama, then when you're applying your baking powder, you leave a little space, probably like this amount, not too much, like this wide between your baking powder and your under eye. This is the brush that I used to apply the black eyeshadow to set the black gel liner. I've added no more products. I'm just using the leftovers to blend that into right here. So now I'm gonna start with the lips. So I like really dark outlines. Obviously I can't do it without my lip shimmer, so I'm just gonna go in right here, and then I'm just gonna go in with a gloss. And now I think we've baked enough. So after baking, I'm actually going in again with another highlighter to bake, but more setting powder to highlight. Like I told you guys, I like to build up my highlight. I can just slightly take that off because I like to look like the filters on the phone. So even before you put a filter over me, I already want to look filtered. And now I'm going in with an actual highlighter, so not like a setting powder to highlight. And I'm gonna go in with a very light shade first of all, just to see where I want it, where I want the glow to start. So I've marked it right there. Mark here as well. But basically the mark that I created here, I'm just gonna make it look like I'm transitioning into nothingness. So if you watch all my makeup videos, you will see like I'm not afraid to highlight. I will highlight center of my nose, my cheek, under my eyes. Sometimes I bring my highlight all the way up till here. Okay. I think this is it. Let's get Auntie Funke out of the building. Well, okay you guys, so this is more or less the look. I definitely want to see what this look would look like if I had maybe a bold red lip, but you know, you run the risk of looking like a clown, but I still want to try it anyway. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope you tried this look, and let me know what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you want to see more colorful looks like this? Please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and share my video. You can subscribe and join the Berries family. I would love to have you guys. So thank you guys, and see you later. Bye berries.